Alrighty, watch geeks, watch fans, watch aficionados, watch collectors, whatever you call yourself. Happy Friday to you, and happy Hotness Pick to you. Got another good one, and it is coming from my buddy Craig Hester over at Russia2all.com and Igor over at Vostok Europe, because as you can see, it is a Vostok Europe. The Mriya, for those of you that don't recognize this. And let me also say welcome to take 2 of this video, because nothing is worse than getting all the way to the end and realizing, damn it, didn't turn the microphone on. So, anyway, I am calling this one the Vostok Europe Mriya Motherlode. And why the Motherlode? Well, because you're getting the Motherlode in this particular case. What you're going to get is your choice of timepiece, either the one that you see on your screen right now or the one we were referring to as the white option. They are numbered limited editions, only 3,000 per dial color have been made. And you're getting all the upgrades. It's an automatic movement, Super Luminova, 200 meters water resistant. You're going to get a silicone strap, a very high quality leather strap, and a NATO strap, all color coordinating to the timepiece, in a custom Vostok Europe hard shell box, or a dive box if you prefer to call it that, for $349. I can't do the conversion to shekels in my head, I'm sorry, I suck at math. But if you were just recently on the new Russia2all.com website, you would see the day in, day out price on this timepiece is $599. So you're saving $250. That is a heck of a deal. Thank you, Craig Hester. So we're just going to give this a quick run through. The name of the watch, again, is the Mriya. Not Maria, but Mriya. It is Ukrainian for dream or inspiration. It is named after the AN-225 aircraft, which is the largest aircraft in the world produced out of the Ukraine, and I'm sure a lot of other countries, but that's where the parent company is at. So this is going to be the first option. So you're going to get this, and remember, 50 millimeters in case diameter, measured that way or that way, not that way, this way. 50 millimeters in case diameter, 316L stainless steel, done in the black grade A PVD plating. And yes, there are grades to PVD plating. It is done in a matte finish. Unidirectional rotating bezel done in the diver's scale with a 20-minute diver scale. If you've ever heard that term and didn't know what it is, it's all those markings you see right here. Okay? You're getting, in this case, a full lume dial. So that light green, or as some of you might incorrectly say, key lime green, because key lime isn't green, but it is a full lume Super Luminova dial. Great straps that have been done on this particular timepiece. As I said, 24 millimeters wide on the straps, getting a silicone. So on this one you've got the black silicone. You're getting a leather strap, which in this case is going to be the brown leather, as you can see right here. I'll just throw it into the shot. You can see the white contrast stitching, croco embossed. I'm going to turn this over really quick. There you can see the 24. There you can see the great stitching. And remember what I always tell you about determining how good a strap is. You want to look at the straightness of the stitches, the uniform size of the stitches, the uniform separation or spacing between the stitches. Very nicely done, very comfortable, genuine leather. And you are also going to get a NATO strap. And in both cases, it's going to be black and orange. It's going to look like so, as I get that into the shot as well. The only difference in the NATO straps is obviously this is done in black PVD. The other version is done in the silver tone, matte silver tone, so obviously the hardware will be different on the two NATO straps. And then it'll all come packaged in the Vostok Europe hardshell case, which there are photos of on the website that you can pop up, have a look at, and the strap changing tool is included. Now, as I've already said, unidirectional rotating bezel, 20-minute diver's scale, offset crown at the 2 instead of the 3 o'clock position. That is a screw-down crown because it is 200 meters water resistant, so you've got that professional level of water resistant. The movement inside of it, while not moving right now, is going to be the NH35-A from SII, a part of Seiko. 24 joule, freehand automatic movement, and a standard date display right underneath that hand at the 6 o'clock position. 24 joules, as I said, and you're getting a few upgrades on the NH35. The rotor on the back of this will wind in either direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. Most of your Asian-based movements are going to wind counterclockwise only. This does both directions, much like the Solita SW200, the ETA 2824-2, etc., etc. So it is a more efficient movement, meaning now any movement of your hand, your wrist, your arm, whatever, while you're wearing the timepiece will be applying winding power to the mainspring. Okay? It is also a hand winding movement, which means via the crown, unscrew the crown, get it out to the first pop or position, wind it via the crown. Most of your Asian-based movements, you can't do that. You have to pick the watch up, give it a few shakes, set it, and then you're ready to go. This you can wind via the crown. With about a 42 to 45 hour power reserve, by the way. And it is also a hacking movement, which means if you unscrew the crown, and remember, offset here at the 2, pull it all the way out, it will do exactly what you see on the screen right now, which is stop. That's what we refer to a hacking movement, used primarily nowadays to set your timepiece, say, to the atomic clock, and then you can track it over 24 hours or whatnot and see what the accuracy is of your timepiece or whether it's within specs. The watch itself, 50 millimeters in case diameter. It is 18 millimeters in overall case thickness, again with the 24 millimeter wide strap. So nothing too over the top, but it is the largest timepiece that Vostok Europe currently makes. I am going to claim credit in helping come up with the case size on this because a couple of years ago in Basel, Switzerland, was having very long detailed conversations with Craig and Igor and a couple of other folks from Vostok Europe about the size of timepieces, and I was telling them make larger, make larger, make larger, and trying to explain that whole subset or niche market within watch collecting. So until they say, you know, hey Davis, shut up, you had absolutely nothing to do with this, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Unfortunately, no royalties coming my way. But this is the 10th anniversary timepiece from Vostok Europe. They did one in the NE88 column wheel chronograph, which is going to run you a few $1,000s. I gave one of those away at Christmas last year. And this is not an old time. This watch isn't even a year old. Came out just before Christmas, maybe the fall. I don't really remember the specific timing, but it was the end of last year. In addition to the 50 millimeter case diameter, you are also getting the 18 millimeters in thickness, and on the silicone strap, about 155-56 grams. Leather strap, probably going to weigh a few grams more. NATO strap, going to weigh a few grams less. And speaking of straps, again, in this particular instance, you're going to get black silicone, which is what's on the watch right now. You're going to get a brown leather strap. You can see the white contrast stitching and the embossing work that's been done on there. And if I carefully rotate this over. There you'll see the 24 that's been done on there, telling you the millimeter width. And there you can see the stitching. Many of you have heard me tell you this before, but what you want to look for on a quality leather strap is straight stitching, uniformity in the size of the stitch, and uniformity in the spacing between the stitches. And you obviously have that. Vostok Europe makes top-notch product. And then of course the last item that you're going to get is going to be, the NATO style strap, which is going to be orange and black in both cases. The only difference will be that for this version you're going to get the black PVD plated hardware that's been done over top of this. K1 mineral crystal, sapphire coated, very, very durable, exhibition case back, numbered limited edition of 300 made for the world in each dial color, all packaged up with the strap changing tool in the Vostok Europe dive case. $349, $250 savings from the normal Russia to all already discounted price. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the second option that is available to you. Alright, so here's option number 2, and this one is the one Sparky and I are calling the hot buy, the Hotness Pick within the Hotness Pick. And it was a tough choice, let me tell you, because they're both awesome looking, and especially that that black one on the brown leather strap is amazing. But I had to go with this one. So everything else that I was talking about is the same. 50 millimeters in case diameter, 18 millimeters in thickness, 200 meters of water resistance, numbered limited edition of 3000. You'll see the same orange, now not implemented the exact same way, but the same orange color as the accent that has been done on this. There's your 20-minute diver scale. Really stands out and pops on this one. One of the key differences is going to be the dial. Now originally I thought this was a full lume dial as well, but I've learned my lesson on assuming things. Yes, I know that old saying, and I tested it myself, and it is not. Now, obviously all of your markers, your sword style hands, all of that is done in the green Super Luminova, not some mystery Chinese no-name lume, but Super Luminova. So that is going to be a difference. And then obviously this one being done in the stainless steel. I don't know if I can turn that enough without getting a glare. There you can see that in the matte finish. Yeah, I'm getting a glare. I'll turn that back. Same movement, same exhibition case back. It is going to be the NH35-A 24, or let me start over again. It is the NH35-A 24 jewel 3-hand automatic movement. Again, with the date display that you can see being done right there. Offset crown at the 2 o'clock position. I chose this one because the white is really going to stand out. It looks phenomenally awesome on the wrist, on the white silicone strap, which I have to say is one of the most comfortable silicone straps I have seen. Vostok Europe continues to impress. A numbered limited edition 3000 made in this dial color, and then of course besides the white silicone strap that you're getting, this one is going to come with a black genuine leather strap, white contrast stitching, which is going to go very nicely with the watch, the embossing, and again, just as I talked about with the other timepiece, you can see all the stitching, everything done, very, very nice, 24 millimeters wide. And again, you're going to get the NATO, in the black and orange, which this also looks great on. All packed into the hard shell box with the watch changing tool, or the strap changing tool, I should say. Great timepiece. But the Hotness Pick, within the Hotness Pick, the hot buy, Sparky and I both thought that in this particular instance, the white is just going to pop on the wrist, and you get such a pop of color from the orange and then the strong contrast in the orange and also in the black. But you really can't go wrong with either one of these. I don't think they have ever been offered with 3 straps. I think it was always on silicone or leather with the ability to purchase a NATO for probably about 15-16 bucks, I think it is. Additionally, and at that point, without the NATO, they are $599. I'll put a screenshot of that. That is the price if any of these remain when we are done. And here's the deal. I know a lot of you guys think, oh, they just jack the price. And I know places do that. Don't get me wrong. But they jack the price up before the sale so that way they can tell you what a great savings it is. Well, I've got the screenshot. And you can always say, oh, use a screenshot. For those of you that think that's happening, wait till after the Hotness Pick is over next week and go back to the Russia2all.com website and see what the price is on these. $5.99, boom. And unless something changes, you're only going to get 2 straps instead of the 3. So, but take that up as a little bit of a challenge there and see what's going on. So again, 50 millimeter case diameter, 18 millimeters in case thickness, 24 millimeter wide strap, going to weigh approximately 155 grams on the wrist, depending, plus or minus a few grams, depending on the strap. You're going to get a silicone strap, a leather strap, a NATO strap, a tool to change out all the straps very quickly and very easily on a numbered limited edition NH35-A 24 jewel automatic packed into a custom Vostok Europe dive case or hard box or hard shell case, whatever you want to call it. Exhibition case back, Super Luminova unidirectional rotating bezel. What am I leaving out? Offset crown, matte finish on the plating, regardless whether it's the black PVD or the stainless steel, for $349. Hotness. So pick the one you want. I hope for those of you that have been with me for a while, you've seen we've done some sellouts over the last couple of weeks. So take advantage while you can. Obviously, Craig Hester does not have all 3,000 in both colors. He only has a subset of that because Vostok Europe is so worldwide. So I don't know what the total inventory count is, but not a lot. So take advantage while you can, especially with a $250 savings. And if you didn't see it at the beginning, I'll say it again here. The coupon code to use is Motherlode on either one of these watches. Motherlode, and not L-O-A-D, L-O-D-E. And yes, that is pronounced correctly, and yes, it is one word. Motherlode, M-O-T-H-E-R-L-O-D-E. If you need it again, or if you need to see it spelled out, just rewind the video. It's right there at the beginning. So there you go. Thanks for taking a look. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. If you have any issues, questions, comments, concerns, want to send me a funny joke, info@hotnesspicks.com, or you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/InvictaMike, all one word. Yes, for those of you that don't know, I used to work for them. That's why that name is there. Great weekend. Thanks. Appreciate you checking it out. We're out of here.